warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello class, hi students. It's very nice to see you again in this occasion. I'm so glad and I'm going to see. Welcome to my class. This is vocabulary and pronunciation practice class. Anyway, in this occasion we are going to learn about pronunciation of some word endings in English. Anyway, class, I think you have known that there are some word endings in English and some are also familiar with you because we usually apply those kinds of word endings in our daily communication and also our daily life, of course, in the daily interaction. But for today's edition, we are going to discuss or learn only about the two types of word endings which are also familiar for the students. The first one is ed ending and the second one is s ending. So in this occasion we are going to discuss and to focus talking about sounds. Okay, so please underline it. We are going to focus talking about sounds, not spelling. Why? Because we cannot determine or we cannot predict the pronunciation of an ending only by looking at the spelling of its word. On the other hand, we can pay attention to the sounds that around the word endings. So we have to pay attention to some sounds or to a specific sound that come before those word endings in order that we can predict how to pronounce those word endings. Anyway, let's start the discussion from the discussion of the first ending, that is ed ending. Well, class, ed ending is a word ending which is usually added into a regular verb or regular form to form the past tense or to form the past participle. I have 3 examples in pronouncing ed ending. Just take a look for the first example. The word addict plus ed ending. So past tense form will be pronounced by addicted. Once more, addicted. The second example, stop. Stop, the past form will be pronounced by stopped. Okay, once more, stopped. Let's start the discussion or the description from the first way of pronouncing ed ending. First, if the base verb is ended by the sounds of the or the, so the ed ending should be pronounced by or it. Yeah, by it or it. Just look at for the example. First, plant. The word plant actually ended by the sound of the. So if this word is ended by ed ending, you have to pronounce the word become planted or planted. Once more, planted or planted. Next, commented, commented, divided, divided, awarded, awarded. So those are the examples of how to pronounce ed ending if the base verb is ended by sounds of the or the. Okay, let's go to the next discussion. The second way of pronouncing ed ending is following the rule that if the base verb is ended by a voice sound except the voice consonant of the, so the pronunciation of the ed ending should be in the voice form or the. Just like for this example, bent, followed, opened, showed. Okay, the next phase of pronouncing the ed ending is if the base verb is ended by voiceless consonant except the voice of the. So the ed ending should be pronounced by the voiceless sound or the. Just like for example, the word walk is ended by the voiceless consonant of k. So you have to pronounce the past form of the word walk become walked, picked, pumped, reached, and some other examples. Okay class, That's all the discussion or the description of how to pronounce ed endings in English. The next discussion is about the second ending, that is S ending. Okay, firstly, before discussing about how to pronounce S ending in English, we should understand first that S ending can be added or can be used in three ways in English language or in English grammar. First, S ending can be added in a regular verb to form the plural form of a singular word. Just like, for example, box, boxes, pen, pens. Okay, in a sentence, for example, I have one box, I have two boxes, I have one pen, I have two pens. Next, S ending can also be added to all nouns in order to form a possessive form of a noun. Just like, for example, children's toys, boys' cat, and some other example. Okay, to form the possessive form. Next, S ending can also be added to a singular verb or to a verb, regular verb, to form, especially for the third singular person of subject in the present form tenses. Just like, for example, my father drinks coffee every morning. So we add the S ending in the verb drink because the subject is the third singular person in the present tense. Next, S ending is also can be a contraction. S ending can also be used in contraction because it can be a reduced form from is or has. Just like, for example, sentence of she's my mom. So the S ending here means she is. My mom is. And the next example, she has married. She has married or she's married. The S in she's married is the contraction of she has. That's all actually the use of S ending in our daily communication. Okay, class. Now let's discuss how to pronounce S ending. The same as in the ending, S ending also has three different ways in its pronunciation. First, if the base verb is ended by any sibilant sound or the sound which is similar to s, like s, z, ch, j, zh, and some other similar sounds like s, the S ending should be pronounced by us or is. For example, boxes, watches, bridges, bosses, and some other examples. Next, if the word is ended by any voice consonant except the voice consonant which is available in the first rule of pronouncing the S ending above, so the S ending should be pronounced by the sounds of Z. Just like for the example, bands, plays, robs, drags, and some other voiced consonant. The last way in pronouncing the S ending is if the word is ended by any voiceless consonant except, so the S ending should be pronounced by S. Okay, for example, stops. Stop is ended by P, a voiceless consonant. So we have to pronounce the S ending in stop by S, stops. And you can check the other example. Cakes, plants, checks, and some other example. Well, class, that's all about our discussion today, especially about how to pronounce ED ending and also S ending in English. I hope it could be very useful for you. Thank you for watching and see you. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.